guys, welcome back to my bedroom. I did not expect to do back-to-back videos right here with the same damn background and everything, but my electricity bill just came in, and so I figured I would do this video right now. Drum roll please. It is a cost of living video. I'm sure you are curious about how much it costs to live here, and this one's going to be unique because it's for 4 people, which is pretty much 4 adults, because this one over here, so I'm like say gotta come. So call it 4 adults. It's 3 adults and my preteen. So we're gonna get into it. So it's not a video about the cost of living for just one person, but you will get a good idea of how much things cost from this video when I break down everything. And then of course you can take out certain things for yourself, like how much you want to spend on rent or car or whatever. So let's start with the big ticket items. You know already from previous videos that I currently spend $1,000 for rent each month. That's 20,000 pesos, and that is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house. So obviously if you are a single person, you do not need so much house. So you might not spend so much, but if you're coming with family, you might need a 3-bedroom. That's the amount I pay. Is it too much, too little? Whole heap of different opinions on that. I leave that to you. That's how much I pay, and I'm very happy in my space. We have an outdoor patio with a complete patio set, 6 chairs and a table out there. We have a pool outside. We have security and a maintenance man, and I'm very happy with my space. It came furnished as well, so I didn't have to make that big investment of buying furniture to move in. We just moved in with our suitcases, and of course we had to buy pots and pans and those kind of small things, but I'm very happy with our space. We're here for 6 months and we will see what happens after that. So that's rent, 1,000 US per month. I did rent a car for long term, so that's 500 US per month. That is something that's pretty new to my expenses. So I was doing Ubers and DDs for the entire time up until then. So if you're not gonna do a car, stick around, because I'm gonna tell you how much I spent in a month when I didn't have a car. But for the car, I pay around 500 US dollars for it for the month, as I said, and that is pretty reasonable based on the prices that I'm seeing quoted from other sources. I tell you, I manifested that one. It just dropped in on my lap, and I'm so happy with the car. I'm happy with the kind of car I have. I'm happy that I have a car, because it really has opened up even more of Merida to us. Like, when we were just Uber and DDing, I was just going to point A and point B and back home. But now I spend so much more time kind of just exploring the place and getting to know my neighborhood and getting to know Merida overall, and I'm really enjoying that. So I'm really, really happy with that decision, and I'm happy that I was able to find what I consider a pretty reasonable car rental for long term. I have it for the entire duration that I'm here. So with the car comes gas, of course, and I'm currently spending around $25 per week. So that's around 500 pesos per week. So that's, what's that, $100 per month on gas. I'm not going very far at this time. The furthest I've gone is to Progreso Beach. So we will see how that goes from week to week and month to month. But just round town, that kind of a thing, I'm not expecting. And $25 brings my gas tank up to half. And by, that lasts me the entire week, and I do go out almost every day. So I'm pretty happy with that expenditure there. We pay around 35 US dollars, so that's around 700 pesos for the internet. I did take out a 200, MBS, megabits per second package, so that I could support all the devices here. My daughter has her 2 devices. My mother helps me. Both of us work online. So we have a lot of devices, and we needed fast internet speed. So that comes up to around 700 pesos per month. As I said, that is with Total Play, an internet service provider here, and I love it. I have had no complaints so far. What else do we spend on? Dun, 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 the big electricity bill. Now, let me tell you something. I was pretty scared of getting my electricity bill, because electricity in Jamaica is pretty expensive, and now it's not just me and Munchkin under this roof. It's 4 of us, and 4 people who are always home. Like, nobody works outside of the house, and Munchkin goes to school online here, so we are always home. So I was like praying to the gods that it was not some excessive bill. We are here in the cooler months of Merida. You know, the AC usage, well, I can't lie, I still use my AC every night. I'm pretty sure this one over here so use her AC a lot too. The only people that don't really use AC a lot is my father and my mother. My mother uses it on occasion when she's hot, so I've been using mine every night. But the bill came to a grand total of 4,052 pesos. But you have to remember that the electricity bill here comes every 2 months. So that was a 2-month bill. So that was really 2,025-26 pesos, which works out to about 100 and little bit, 100 and mash, as we would say in Jamaica. So paying $100 for electricity for a month is not something that is unusual to me. Actually, that was on the cheaper side of my bill when I was in Jamaica, and I really had to pepper my AC usage when I was in Jamaica, because if I were to use my AC every single night in Jamaica, I would get some 40,000 Jamaican dollar bills, which is like 150 US, getting up there. So I'm okay spending $100 on electricity per month. I don't want it to creep any higher than that though, let's just say. So we will see how things get in April and May when the heat of the place is really upon us. We haven't had to use AC like in the daytime any at all, so we will see how that goes. So the next big expenditure is groceries. Now, I can't say that groceries have tapered off to what we would probably spend if we weren't also slowly trying to furnish out the place and buy things that for our conveniences, things like a mop and a broom and a mirror and, you know, those kind of household items are still on the inside the grocery bill almost every week. I have been averaging about $150 per week on groceries, which it does sound a lot, but it isn't, because as I said, household items find themselves on that bill almost every single week. And that was much higher when we just moved in, obviously, and I had to like buy pots and buy plates and buy cups and buy saucers and buy all the things. Like you don't recognize all the things that you need to live in a house until you have to start from scratch all over again. And it really hurt my heart for you buy them things here all over again, knowing that I just sold off some of them and some of them are in storage in Jamaica. And I'm like, why am I buying a food processor all over again when I have a perfectly good food processor that I loved so much in storage in Jamaica? Why am I using this tiny microwave when I had this big over stove microwave in Jamaica? Like, anyways, so for groceries for 4 people, we are averaging about $150 US. So that's about a 3,000 peso bill every week. So that's kind of high, as I said, but I told you why. And it's 4 people, so I don't find that excessive either. I'm gonna drop some footage here so that you can see what my grocery run for this week was like. I make sure that we have all our breakfast items. So I try to buy a lot of eggs and oats and cheese and bacon and, you know, things that you would need for breakfast and for snacking. And then for dinner time, I buy a lot of meats as well so that we can cook at home and don't have to eat out as much. But then of course there is some eating out because we're in a new place and I want to experience all the new things. So how much do I spend on outings every week? All right. If all 4 of us goes out, it depends of course on where. So if you go into a taqueria to just buy some local food, then I can easily spend 400 pesos and everybody belly full, and that's what, $20? I love them little taquerias where I get some pastor nachos and some tacos and we're good to go. Now, if we're going somewhere a little bit more upscale, we're going to an actual sit-down restaurant, then that can run anywhere between 150 to as high as 300 pesos per plate per person. So that is where you're gonna want to do your own conversion and see how much you want to budget out for eating out. But one nice meal and one cocktail is going to run you, I would say, at least 100 pesos to maybe as high as 250, 300 pesos for just you, and that's between what, $5 and $15. So still not bad. So that's what that costs. And movies here are the same. So it would cost me, if all 4 of us went to the movies, around $25 US. Just for entry, of course. I didn't put popcorn and nachos and whatever else on that. So just for entry at the VIP theater, it would cost us about $25 for all 4 of us. So that's 500 pesos for all of us. to get in, and you want to kind of use the movies and the outing budget that I just gave you to budget out any other outings that you want to do. So what are some other expenses? Oh, I did say I would share with you how much I was spending on Uber and Didi and all of that per month before I got the car. I would put that at around 4,000 pesos per month, because I did try to do the calculation before I got the car to kind of justify if I should get the car. And while 4,000 as opposed to 10,000 pesos is a big gap, as I said, the convenience of having a car made it worth it for me to make the extra expense, because I'm getting to see and know so much more of Merida. I go out to so many more different places just because I do have a car, as opposed to when it was just Uber and Didi's, then I would just go to the meetup, come back, or go to the store, come back. I want to be able to go out and spread out and stretch out and see more places, right? So I'm very happy that I actually have a car now, because it has been wonderful. We have definitely been going further out to explore. All right, so my nose is itching me. You can see that it's kind of red here, so please forgive me, because I'm currently looking like Rudolph right now. But let's just carry right on with the video. What else? Okay, so my phone plan, let's talk about that. So I have a Telcel SIM. Telcel is a company, a network provider out here, and I pay around 300 pesos for my plan, because that gives me 6 gigabytes of internet outside of, you know, all the inclusions. So that plan gives you like free WhatsApp or unlimited WhatsApp, unlimited social media, and what else comes in the plan? I think that's it. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. But the 6 gigs for everything else. So like your emails, or if I'm out and I need to be on Google Maps, GPS, those kind of things. So I pay for the 300 plan for myself, so that's around $15 every month. I put a smaller plan on Munchkin's phone, that's 2 gigs of extra internet. She still gets unlimited WhatsApp and socials, and that one is for $150, so that's what, $7 about thereabout. So that's the cost for the internet plan. And we do buy water every week, because the water situation in Mexico is kind of touch and go. We are a little spoiled and a little lazy with that, because you can go to the store and get it exchanged for us, or you can go to the places to fill up your bottles and get it for as low as 12 pesos. If you take your empty bottle to the supermarket, they will exchange it for like 20, maybe 25 pesos. We get a delivery, so every week, twice a week actually, the guy comes and exchanges our bottles for our full one, and that costs us 35 pesos per bottle. So if you're doing 2, that's 70 pesos per week. We fill 2 of them for the family of 4. That's what, 70 pesos is how much? So that's around $3.50, something around that. The maths a bit all the way bad. But you get the idea. So what is the grand total of how much we spend? You know, I don't do the maths yet, now let's do the maths together. So my mom just reminded me that we also had to no, look at my nose, I red. I'm sorry guys, my allergies are acting out. My mom just reminded me that we had to fill the gas for, this is not the gas for the car now, this is the gas for the stove and the water heater. When we just moved in, the gas was 3,000 pesos. How long will it last? I don't know. We've been here 1 month, and next week will be 2 months. So I'm hoping that it lasts at least 4 months, because 3,000 pesos was not little bit of money. So let's do the rundown. It was $20,000 per month for rent, $10,000 for the car, $700 for internet, $12,000 per month for groceries. These are pesos, not dollars. 2,000 per month so far on electricity, 2,000 for the gas for the car, 3,000 thereabout, maybe more, maybe less, for outings, for eating out and stuff like that, and $1,000 for gas for the house. So the grand total works out to be, okay, Mary just did the maths together, so I didn't even know that this is what we were spending per month as a family of 4. That's roughly what, 50,000 is roughly what, $2,500 per month. For a family of 4, I'm going to say that's not bad. That not bad at all. Oh, the son, family. Oh, the son. The son, Virgin Jamaica. So I don't know what to say. I don't know if that's a lot. I don't know if that's a little. I would say that spending $2,500 for a family of 4 isn't too bad. So there are things that we didn't put in there that you might have to consider, like going to the doctor or medications or things like that. So put that in your budget if you know you need those in your budget. but that's a basis that we are working with right now, spending around 2,500 US dollars per month in Mexico as a family of 4. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for real-time updates. That's where when I'm out, I'm taking footage of all the beauty that surrounds us right now. Like me and Munchkin just went to a extreme sport park recently. I do have some footage, so I'm gonna have to find a video to stick that in eventually. But if you were following me on Instagram, you would have seen that lovely day. The tree lighting ceremony in on Paseo was so lovely recently too. So if you were following me on Instagram, you'd have seen all of this. So links for all of that is down in the description below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I will see you in the next one. This has been Mo, the Traveling Jamaican. Bye for now.